We have a budget of $1.5 to $2 million. This is on a piece of property that is approximately 75 feet wide by 100 feet deep, 7,500 square feet is what we're looking to. Due to the restraints that we have imposed upon us by the DEP, we must build 50 feet away from the most restrictive edge of the creek bed, which really handcuffs us, God bless you, which really handcuffs us in our construction process.
Thank you. TJ, if you don't know if you should address all comments to the board. Okay. 160/2019, consider rezoning 6.7 acres of property from R3 to C1 located along Millers Run Road east of Slatemore Drive as requested by DFJH Properties LP. A rezoning hearing was held in front of the Board of Supervisors on July 19, 2018. Any comments or questions by the board?
Yeah, as a comment, just that I had kept this off the agenda when serving as chairman. Mr. Ezio did not have the opportunity to go and look and speak with the residents, so that was why it was off. And I understand we had some brief discussion with Gretchen as to whether we could reopen the hearing that was closed to get a better feel for what changes were made
One second.
in that neighborhood. So there were changes. There were either 1, 2, or 3 different houses that were built. So those are factors that would be important in the decision. No houses that were sold or bought. He bought them. Was it 1, 2, or 3? Or I'm not even sure I can ask that if the hearing's closed. Or how could we get the answer and have that reopened?
So unfortunately, we can't reopen the hearing.
So he would have the ability
He would
to-
have, yes, we could, the owner or whoever DFJH Properties, he could come back and request it to be open, but we need to move forward. We can't leave things hanging out there. So we can approve this or deny it or abstain, whatever, but we need to move forward with it.
Same reason that I was holding it and not putting it on the agenda was that Supervisor Ezio did not have the opportunity to go there. I asked him about it before we came in, and he still has not made it there. So for that reason, I would make a motion to table this.
Yeah, that's, at this point.
Motion's on the table.
And honestly, a public hearing doesn't require any of us to go to the location.
But it was his request that he desired to, so I would honor a fellow supervisor. So my motion is to table, please.
No,
Can you ask for a second?
he said no. Mr. Vizio said, we won't speak for him. He
Can
said
you at
no.
least ask for a second to my motion that's on the table, please?
I have to mention that, as I said before.
Tom, can you talk in here?
As I said last year, I have to recuse myself. I had an immediate family member that was a property owner adjacent to that site. After our hearing took place, I had an ex parte discussion with the applicant, Mr. Fuchs, and I felt comfortable at the time talking to him because I knew that I had to recuse myself from the vote here. And it turned out that now my relative has no property up there anymore. She had sold to Mr. Fuchs, but I still had that ex parte discussion, so that the solicitor, I still have to recuse myself because of that discussion with Mr. Fuchs.
So you can't vote and Ronnie can't vote?
Well, no, I can't vote.
I was advised by the council.
No, I thought the
Did
board.
council state that Mr. Flair should not be voting on this matter?
First of all, I have not been asked for any legal opinions on anyone's conflicts, real or imagined.
In regards to opening the case back up?
We can't open it.
So this particular issue, there was a hearing, an applicant came in, you held a hearing. I gave my advice on the type of hearing that it was, the fact that it's a legislative hearing, and this board has never taken action on it, which is fine. This board cannot reopen a hearing on their own. An applicant can come back in and ask any number of things. They can ask to reopen it, they could ask for a new hearing, they could come in with a fresh application. So I'm not really sure what's before me right now. Are you asking me about conflicts? Because if so, you have to provide me with information so that I can then research it and give you a legal opinion if someone's looking for a legal opinion on a conflict.
So what I understood was that there was, Frank was waiting to visit with those people, so we held off from making that decision. It was, we were able to secure a
Just
vote.
for a point of clarification, we can't seek, after holding a hearing, we can't go out and seek additional information outside of what we hear in a
But there
hearing.
were 12 residents that were here, and it's vital information, whether there's 1, 2, 3 houses, change the whole complex of that neighborhood.
Eric, we have to make our decision based on the information that was provided at that hearing. We cannot go out and seek additional information that would sway us one way or the other.
I think we would be wise to find out how the dynamics change, or if 3 of those houses were bought by Mr. Fuchs, it may not be an issue.
Eric, that doesn't matter. We have to
It
make the
does.
decision, Eric, we have to make the decision
There-
based on the hearing that, or the information that was provided at the hearing. If Mr. Fuchs wishes to come back before this board and reapply or provide us with additional information, then that is his right to do so, but it's not, we can't go out and seek additional information.
So is it Gretchen's opinion that a decision has to be made on this? Is that your legal opinion, that we have to make a decision on this?
I've never told the board that.
Okay, thank you. And the question I did ask before was, okay, so Tommy cannot vote, and I understood previously that, did you give advice that Mr. Flair could not vote, Supervisor Flair?
She already said that she's given no.
I'm asking her.
I've given no formal advice. No one's come to me with a question and asked for a formal legal opinion, which is a written document. I haven't been asked to supply that. If someone wants to ask me that, I will look at the facts and I will give a formal legal opinion.
Okay, I thought, Dawn, that statement was made by our counsel. Dawn Januso, no? Okay. Can I still have a motion on the floor to table?
Do I have a second to table? Motion dies for lack of a second. Do I have a motion to consider the rezoning of 6.7 acres of property from R3 to C1 located along Miller's Run Road east of Slatemore Drive as requested by DFJH Properties? The rezoning hearing was held in front of the Board of Supervisors on July 19, 2018.
I make that motion.
Do I have a second? I'll second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 6, 2 ayes.
Yeah. No?
No.
So it doesn't have a majority, so.
I understand.
Yeah. It doesn't have a majority, so that it dies for lack of a majority vote. 161, 2019, consider purchase of protective fire gear and equipment for the fire code official not to exceed $5,487. Jason, where are you? You want to stand up for a second? Wave, show him already you're here. That's Jason Brown, our fire code official. While he's on duty here in the township during the day as a fire code official, if there's extenuating circumstances or if he's needed by any of our free fire companies, he will utilize this equipment to go out on call. So if there's a severe structure fire or any number of things, he will have the equipment and ability to respond to calls. Thank you. Do I have any questions, comments by the board about this? Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion for the fire code officer.
Official. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Passes 5-0.
No.
Oh, I keep hearing that too, sorry. It passes 4-1. Sorry, Ron. 162, 2019, consider allowing the fire code official to assist in daytime firefighting activities in conjunction with 3 volunteer fire departments as outlined in the fire response and emergency policy number 1. I'd also like to add a condition pending solicitor review because she has not at this point had the opportunity to review it. Anybody that wants to see it? If anybody wants to see it, we have copies up here, but it basically just outlines the calls that Jason will go on in the event that he is needed by other fire companies. It's just a policy for us within the township, for Jason or anybody else that will hold that position. Any questions or comments by the board?
No, you look into if he got injured out on a fire,
When he's supposed to be working here, is our insurance gonna cover him?
Yes. Any other questions or comments by the board? Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Passes